Well, hello there. I'm Christine and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about, and I'm a little bit belated with it, I want to talk about the last quarter moon that's been in Gemini, and I am a tiny bit late because the last quarter moon appeared at 25 degrees Gemini, which was about 7:52 this morning. Currently at this time making this video, video at 3:26 in the afternoon in Australia. The moon is at 28 degrees and ready to cross into Cancer, but the energies, like whilst we put maps up on a computer of the sky and they have the degrees, the energies of the moon and all the planets and stars and the cosmos, if you like, hang over either way, and that's how it is. Particularly if you're a reflective type, you can sort of feel it building. You can feel it if you're in the thick of the storm sometimes, and then at other times you can feel that it's sort of waning and easing, ready to move into the next sign, if you like. As far as moon phases go, this is a moon where the moon appears half lit with light on the left if you're in the northern hemisphere, or to the right if you live in the southern hemisphere. But the moon's been in Gemini and can have a sort of, whilst that's been going on, and it's been there for 3 days, we're sort of at the tail end of it. There's been a lot of socialness, seeking good conversations, seeking out lots of mind thinking stuff happening in this 3 days while it's been in this sign. And we probably feel by the end of it all that you sort of, you've been on one of those merry-go-round things, because whilst that's happening, we also have Mars in Gemini, which is the 9 of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith. I'm using this deck, so I'm doing this, but you can see the red Mars energy, the stores. It's like the thinking and the this and that, and if there has been any sort of tensions, it's layering, and you can have that feeling of being bound, if you like. And with the last quarter moon, we may feel this need to be grounded, because we find, because it's after the full moon going down, and then we hit the last quarter moon before the ready to be into the dark moon and then the new moon, having this thing of what's naturally shifting in our lives. We could find ourselves examining boundaries and perhaps finding ourselves wanting to shed things that we no longer need, or just too much hassle. And for many of us, we need to do this for our own self-care, to be able to take care of ourselves. It's when we take care of ourselves, we then can help others. It's that whole, what they teach you when you're on the plane, if you can remember being on one pre-pandemic. It's like the oxygen mask. You've got to put it on yourself first before the child, so that you can then be of help and assistance. So it's taking care of ourselves, looking at our boundaries, looking at what working and not working, is how we help others. And there's one thing for certain under this vibration that I have learned over the last couple of days, that it's okay to say no. And if there's an area in your life that you've been saying yes to, and you're finding that your heart's just not in it and you're not sure, well, try taking a breath and just saying no. And the next one to speak is the loser. And I mean that in the context, because I used to teach people how to sell, and you've got to put it there and hold it. It's one of those Kenny Rogers moments. And breathe. Because for those of you who may not be familiar with working with the moon energy is our emotions and our internal world, and it shows us where we need to feel safe and content and nourished. And it's a wonderful guide for helping us to maintain balance and reflecting back at us what self-care we need to be of help, so we can help others, which I said before, because that keeps coming back. And this is that reflection stuff, and clearing your mind and needing that space if it's all coming in, because as well, as I said, as well, we have Mars in Gemini. Let's just better check. Yeah, he's in Gemini 15 degrees, and it's like, pressure could be building, and you can feel that bound up when it's about your boundaries. So there's other aspects happening and things retrograde and whatnot, but that would be a longer talk than for this, and I'm just sort of trying to keep it in manageable bite-sized bits, because we have enough overload at the moment. So balance, reflecting on what self-care can be of help to us. And we're going to ask the cards, I've been thinking, how can we calm our mind, but how can this current moon phase of last quarter moon help us? And even though we're towards the end of it, we're probably feeling the effects. I'm using the Morgan Greer deck again because it was handy, and oh no, light the stars. And I'll just give these a little cut. I'm going to take them from the top and put down a couple of cards. Here. Well, these are interesting, aren't they? 3. Well, he's actually looking at that one, feeling tense and vigilant, and knowing you've got to find a creative way to be able to cut loose, cut free of anything that is not useful to us, so that we are not harming ourselves or harming anyone else in that sense, in an energetic sense. I'm talking about our own anxiety levels, because this is definitely an anxiety set of cards here. And by doing about cutting out that sense of tension and constantly being vigilant, what can I do, what do I have to do, how do I sort of move through this phase, we can attack things little by little. With the 7 of coins, maybe get outside, maybe do the things that you like to do, tend to your garden, tend to small things that you like to do, spend time with people that you like, maybe spend money on the things that you like in a small way, but treat your life and yourself and to return to wholeness. You've got to treat yourself like you would treat the garden of yourself, your inner garden, and that's by doing lots of little things that can really help us. And that's an interesting thing, because that's like a Venus card, and Venus is in Virgo at the moment, so maybe a little bit of spending on some small luxuries. It's all about the small things that then lead to good things, just like when we nurture the garden of ourselves, our inner garden. That's how I'm seeing these cards. I'm going to take a look at what's on the bottom, and we have the King of Rods, and he's there to tell us that we can find a creative way to be in charge of ourselves and to move through things, because kings delegate, kings rise above, and we be the king of ourselves and our wholeness, and that's how we move through and get grounded with this, by doing things that are creative, and we will find a way. We're quite capable to be in charge of our domain. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and just to add to it, with the moon being 28 degrees, it's about to move into Cancer. So if you find yourself in the next 24 hours thinking, oh, I'm so nice to be at home, put my comfortable slippers on, make something nice that you like to eat, you'll be able to put this phase behind you. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers that have come onto my channel, and I hope you enjoy the videos. I'd love to know in the comments what you've done to sort of help ground yourself and calm yourself, and is there an area in your life that you've had to say no to in the last 3 days? Thank you so much.